Arctic Monkeys, Old Yellow Bricks. What's cool about this song, it's a nice power chord study. So I'm sending you the PDF of the power chord sheet as well as the PDF of the song Old Yellow Bricks as well. So if you need a copy and you haven't got a copy, drop me a WhatsApp. I'll be happy to send it to you, or just inbox me via my YouTube channel. Okay, enough talking. We're going to start off with our power chord. The first one's going to be an A5, and it's going to sound like this. And two things I want to cover first of all is, one, what does the A5 power chord look like? Different ways to play it, like I could play it here. But I think the open one sounds a bit better. And we're also going to look at a very cool damping technique where you can see my second finger, my fingers are numbered, are actually used to help mute the strings. If you watch that, but we're going to get into detail there. First of all, let me take you through the chords. On the PDF, I've got your A5 power chord in a diagram like this. It's got finger 1 in your 2nd fret on the 4th string. You're only playing strings 5 and 4, although you are welcome to fret the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and play all 3 strings, but I don't think it's really that necessary for the song. So this is your A5. The second chord is going to be an E5, and he plays it from fret 2 and fret 4 on the 4th and the 3rd strings. So your E5 is going to sound like this. Then for the next chord, the F5, simply slide 1 fret up. Just to revise, there's E5, there's F5, there's no sharps and flats between E5 and F5, or between E and F. And then the last chord is going to be a D5, which looks a lot like the A5, simply a string down. And for the last 3 chords, the E5, F5 and D5 in that sequence, so you're playing strings 4 and 3 at the same time. Now you could also, if you want to, play the A5 over here. This is fret 5 and 7 from the 6th string, and then play your E5 from fret 7. If you prefer this, I don't mind. They're going to do the F5 here, and then the D5 here from fret 5. But the reason why I went for the open strings is because there's going to be a lot of songs where we need the open power chords, need the open strings, and we need to learn how to damp it to create a pause that, if I don't, it's going to sound like this. And we can hear that doesn't sound cool. So I'm going to change angle and show you how to go about getting that stamping technique. Here's our A5, watch fingers 2 and 3. After I've strummed my 5th and 4th string at the same time, I relax the pressure of this finger, and then I use those 2 fingers to simply lie on the strings. Be careful not to come down too hard with strings or with fingers 2 and 3, because you're going to get something like this. And you don't want that. So you want your fingers to gently, simply lie on the strings. You can see from this angle maybe better. Relaxing here and simply lying on the strings, and this is what you don't want to do, because that means too much pressure with fingers 2 and 3. Now yes, you could also damp it with your palm, so you could do something like this and put your palm on the strings as well, but the hassle with that for other songs, when you need speed, when you need that speed, this technique's really going to benefit you. Okay, so we got our A5 under control. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is your basic rhythm for your introduction and your verse chords. The chorus will have some bar chords, we'll look into that later. Okay, I'm going to take you through the E5 now. E5 is going to be on fret 2 and 4, as we said earlier, on the 4th and 3rd string. Strumming the 4th and 3rd string should sound like this. You may, if you want to, include your pinky on the 2nd string on the 5th fret, but it's not really that necessary, although it does sound pretty cool, but I'm not too worried if you leave the pinky out. With the pinky, we can strum 4, 3 and 2. Without the pinky, just 4 and 3. It's still going to sound cool. The nice thing about having this one over here is because there's no open strings, you don't need to worry about damping or any crazy movements like I'm doing right now. You can simply just relax the pressure. Watch it. As I relax the pressure of my fingers, you can see because there's no open strings, as I relax fingers 1 and 3, or I can use 1 and 4, the guitar automatically mutes itself. The same to be said with the F5, again, frets 3 and 5 as I mentioned earlier, same to strings 4 and 3. And again, it's just pressure. My middle finger looks like it's actually touching, but it's not. It's just really, really close to it. I could take it out the way like that if I wanted to. So your F5 and E5, same techniques, simply just relax the pressure with fingers 1 and 3, or 1 and pinky. Okay, and the last chord, the D, over here again, because it's got the open D string, in other words, you're playing the open 4th string along with the fretted 3rd string. Because you're doing that, you need this damping again. Let's just try another angle again. We'll try from this side this time, just to give you a bit of an overview of the damping technique. Same technique for the A, just on different strings. Strings 4 and 3, open 4th string. And again, simply relaxing him, and then this mutes the strings. You can hear my guitar go quiet there. There we go. That's your trick for it. Okay, that's pretty much your song. I'm going to sit and get an overview now. You can also see my strumming hand over here. I'm actually resting my palm at the back of the guitar on the bridge. So I'm resting this inside part of my hand, this part of the palm, back part of my palm, around about here, just as the strings come over the saddles. This actually gives me positioning, so we don't want to strum here because it's very easy to accidentally strike too many strings. With it over here at the back, much more control. And you can see it's a very, very small stroke, like that. Now I'm going to play through the 4 chords twice in a row. If you want to play through with me, 1, 2, 3, 4, and. And there you've got the basic introduction for the verse for all your lyrics by Arctic Monkeys. Now when we get to the chorus, you want to go away from the overdrive sound and go to a clean sound, which I'm going to set up now quickly, and we're going to look at the bar chords versus open chords that we can use for this song. You can hear the guitar's got a clean sound, and this part's going to sound something like this. I'm going to take you through the bar chords first. The bar chord diagrams are on the PDF, and we're also then going to show you the open chords. And again, it doesn't sound nice. So this is one of the songs where I'm going to say to you, please, bar chords are going to sound better, but if you really insist on going, you may do so, but bar chords are the way to go. Okay, I'm going to focus on the bar chords now and take you through them to get the shapes first. Starting with D minor, my first finger is barred across all 6 strings in the 5th fret, and fingers 2, 3, and 4, middle fingers on the 2nd string, 3rd and 4th on strings 4 and 3. This is D minor. Got an overall understanding of it. When you change from there to the E minor, very quick change. You simply move the chord as it is, 1, 2 frets towards the body, so I'm now at fret number 7. It's as simple as that. Now the next chord, the F, this sort of sucks as a bar chord because my little fat fingers don't like doing this. This is the correct way to play the F, as in some books. So barring the 8th fret for the F, fingers 2, 3, and 4 are meant to squeeze into fret number 10. My fingers can't do this. So you can use your ring finger or your pinky to go across all 3 strings, being strings 4, 3, and 2. This works a lot better. Okay, I use the pinky, but you can also go ring finger. So you can decide what you want to go for. I'm going to go for the pinky. And just to show you up front what I'm doing, you can see over there my pinky's got a nasty little bend. Okay, now this is not everybody's favorite. I've got a lot of students that really prefer to do it like this. I'm just sharing an alternative way to do it. Bend the pinky out over here. You can see the pointing part over here, trying to get a good angle. There we go. And it bends in, and that works quite nicely as well for F. Getting all the strings nice and clear. Same if we use the ring finger. Again, you can see that same bend we spoke about. In other words, you can see the 3rd finger is bending like crazy over there. So I'm getting sort of this movement. You can see from a bit of an angle there. unusual twitch, but that's the technique I'm using with either the ring finger or the pinky. That's my way of doing the F. But again, like we said, if this is your F, that's cool. The trick with it is it goes really quick. So you're sort of leading up from D minor, E minor, F, and you come back to the E minor, and you wait. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And that's pretty much your chorus for the song. Now there is a very interesting, quite challenging solo, which is almost like part rhythm guitar, part solo guitar. But that we're not going to handle in this video. The study for this one is to get your power chords, which also sound cool on clear guitar. So you don't have to do it on overdrive if you don't have overdrive, or if you want to play it on acoustic guitar, it's going to sound just as cool. And then the other part of the lesson was to learn these cool D minor, E minor, and F bar chords that we spoke about earlier. That should give you everything you need to take you through Old Yellow Bricks. As I said, I'll do the video later for the solo. I hope you enjoyed it. Have an awesome day. Take care. Cheers.